Thank you so much for tuning in to this Cultural Global video. This is an F1 video. You might be out there doing research about F1 visa. You want to know all about F1 visa. I mean, what do you need to do? How do you even qualify for F1 visa? Some people don't even know what F1 visa is. Bro, can you believe that?
That's funny, man. Actually, it's not completely funny because if you haven't studied into it, I am IKS, by the way, Emmanuel Eturu on Cultural Global. Thank you very much, my brother, for inviting me. But the thing is, if you haven't studied into what it takes to travel outside as a student, you wouldn't know what F1 visa is because we have different visa categories. So if you're a student and you want to travel out of a country that is not US and come to US to come and study, you need an F1 visa. And that is what we are going to break down today. Thank you.
That is exactly what we are going to be breaking down to you today. Why do we qualify to even break this thing down? Well, let me introduce ourselves to you. All right, welcome to this channel. My name is Fifi. This is Cultural Global. We are a consultant. Our mission is very simple. In the next 5 years, we want to help 20,000 people travel to the country that, of their choice or country of their dream. Now, with that being said, we've helped a lot of people, right? Aside from that, you see the man that just spoke not too long ago, Emmanuel, he's an F1 kin. When we call him the F1 kin because he's part of the Cultural Global team. He's also helped people with the F1 visa process. He's also an F1 student, right? He's currently an F1 student. He's in the United States. We're all in the United States. That's one thing unique about this video, right? So you're not getting information from people who are not even in the US. You're getting information from people who are on the land talking to you live and colored, okay? We are going to be breaking F1 down to you like you've never heard before anywhere. We're going to cut all your research, everything that you're doing very, very short. By the time you leave this video, you are going to have everything you need to start an application or apply for a school and pursue the whole F1 visa process. Sure, you watch all the way to the end though, because at the end, since we're a consultant, we also do have a package that we offer to people like you who want to study in the US. In case if you want us to help you pursue that education, we are, more than happy to do that. So, and by the way, this is your first time watching us, right? It's not our first time here on YouTube. Been on YouTube for quite some time now. We've produced a lot of videos, but unfortunately, you did not see one of our videos because it was in our dialect, which is Tree. But finally, we're doing videos in English. That's why we're popping up on your screen. All right, so let's get started.
For to double chewa mina make us say Ghana ma media some Debbie Bram who person to cry eba America who person who call Canada eba school hoshia dia you should go to Robert Chinakwai so person who call Dubai eba ye juma and that from piano baby you na person who call piano you should go to Robert Chinakwai eba na control that's a what tia obi typical say where the music journey where say all this can send na no dey journey go to Robert dey yen tisa yeah Libi takazaka biala me to dago chewa ma jimejine mu no na tese ayade papa etisa wo hwamia no be na gu screen no so no pa na fra wo go to kroba a wo mu ye buei wo mu du betu fa
We love to present in slides because we are visual learners. And I do believe that, bro, isn't it like a statistics that says like 98% of population are like visual learners and something like that?
Absolutely. The possibility of you remembering something because you saw it and has a text or a symbol attached to it is higher, way higher than you seeing just text and nothing to stimulate your senses attached to it. So yeah, visual learners fantastically through like that.
Very good. Well, with that being said, let's go. Bro, just give us, even before we go into the whole process, the do's and don'ts, some of the things that you have on this slide. Our slides are very, very simple. We're not coming to give you a bunch of words. I mean, we're not doing college stuff here. This is not submit your assignment by 11:59 p.m. You get it? So,
Yeah.
so don't think it's like that, all right? So, bro, just in a nutshell, what is an F1 visa? If someone is watching us for the first time, right? And before we even go to the slide, let's just come back on the screen. What is an F1 visa?
So simply speaking, F1 visa, it's a non-immigrant visa. Yeah, hear what I said, a non-immigrant visa, meaning you don't come to this country called United States to be a permanent resident. You're a non-immigrant because you are here for a specific reason, a short stay, and that is to come to school. So you're given that visa specifically for academic reasons, either to a 4-year college or a 2-year community college.
So
any academic reason.
So you mean if some F1 is okay? So So if someone is watching us right now and they want to travel for a visit, F1 is not the deal for them.
If you want a visit to the United States, you need another visa, which I think it's like
B1, B2. Yes.
So we're not going to get into that. But if you want to come to the United States specifically for studies or for academic reasons, you need an F1 visa.
An F1 visa it is. You heard it right. F1 visa, I know you've been doing research about it. Google have probably told you what F1 visa is all about, but we're giving you the details, right? It's a non-immigrant visa, meaning that when you come here, you are going to the embassy to tell them that when you get here, you will return back to your home country. You're not coming to stay. Anything to do with staying here is a no-no, okay? That is one thing.
One more thing. One more thing that you need to know about the F1 visa is it's given to foreign nationals under the program Student Exchange Visitor Program. So it's a Student Exchange Visitor Program thing. So the school that you apply to eventually, them to give you accreditation or some form of document, which we will speak about, which is the I-20. For you to come here, they need to be under that umbrella, the SEVP umbrella. That's what it's called. Student Exchange Visitor Program.
We told you we're going to be dropped.
Part of it, if the school is not accredited in that line, whatever document they give you will be invalid because Homeland Security is not going to recognize them, and whatever document they give to you. So yes, that is also part of what F1 visa is.
Okay, let's go straight into the slide. You've heard it. We've given you a nutshell what F1 visa is all about. So now tell us, we have here full-time enrollment. Break that down for us.
Okay, so now that you know what F1 visa is, there are key features to F1 visa status. As a student, when you come to the US, you need to have full-time enrollment. What does that mean? You're coming to a 4-year college, a 2-year associate degree, community college, or a master's degree or a doctorate. Full-time is different for different colleges. If you're a community college student studying for 2 years, you need to have 12 credits, meaning you need to have 4 courses that you're doing a semester. And if you are a 4-year degree, which is like an undergraduate degree, you need to be doing a 12 credit course, meaning 4 courses per semester. If you're doing a master's degree, you do 9 credits. That is a full-time enrolled course, right? And a doctorate degree too, it's possible you do 9 credits. So it's different credits are tied to different qualifications that you
qualifications across board.
That is how you explain what a full-time student is. If you want to have the F1 status in good shape whilst you are in the US, you need to be enrolled full-time. And what full-time means is what I've explained to you.
So full-time, basically in a nutshell, are the credit that are assigned for each program.
Exactly.
Associates, this amount of credit.
Yes.
Degree, this amount of credit. Bachelor's, this amount of credit. Doctorate, this amount of credit. Makes a lot of sense. All right, perfect. So you need to, be full-time enrolled when it comes to the F1 visa. Authorized stay.
Yes. So by saying that, let me be a little funny. Now, Trump is on the neck of other people. A lot of people are scared to know you, right?
Yes.
If your status here in the US is shaky, you're probably like licking your wounds, just waiting for what is going to happen next. If you're an F1 student, that's not your problem. It's not your problem. Why? Because you have authorized stay in this country. You are studying. You are in school. You have documents that prove that it's valid for you to be here from this time to this time because you are a non-immigrant, just like I said in the beginning. So if you are a student, you have the permission given to you by the US government that you should stay here for as long as it takes for you to complete your program of study. So you don't have any issues with regards to this whole crackdown on immigration statuses that is going on in this country. When you're an F1 student, you have good authorization to stay in this country and you're free to go about and do your business as the law applies.
The law applies. I love how he added the law applies because you can have an authorized stay, but if you're doing shady stuff, if you're doing things you're not supposed to be doing, trust me, you don't want to be, you don't want to fall in any shady or any weird or any sort of crime, right?
Yes.
Especially if you're a non-immigrant. You have to know this. When you come, you are still under the non-immigrant category of visa, okay?
Yeah.
Because F1 is a non-immigrant. Non-immigrant is, you don't really have the authority to stay here, but the US have decided to give you a room, some amount of years, an amount of credit, just like IKS is is saying here, Emmanuel is saying here.
And let me add this funny, sorry that I'm cutting you short. It's like you go to the grocery shop, right? Or let's say in Ghana, you go to a provision shop and then you see an Ideal Milk on the shelf. The Ideal Milk is supposed to be there for 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. That is an expiry period. Within that period, if you don't consume the milk, expiry period in this one, we take it off the shelf. So you being here, you have a visa that has an expiry date. It could be 5 years. It could be 2. So when the expiry years is finished, you got to go back to your home country. That is what the authorized stay is like. You're given a temporary stay. That is why you are a non-immigrant.
Non-immigrant. Perfect. No, it makes a lot of sense. And this is the reason why we're giving you this information, right? People like to watch definitions like this, detailed definitions like this on YouTube and other platforms like that, right? Instead of just reading it. Because sometimes when you read it, it doesn't really make sense. But when you get the breakdown, like we're breaking it down here, not because we've Googled it, no, because we are consultants. We help people migrate from their country where they stay and study here in the US, right? I've been here in the US for over 17 years. My brother have been here for, a couple of years. And,
I'm a baby here.
Right.
he's been here. He's probably like a grandpa.
I went to school here myself. I went to college, so I know how this whole system and all that things are, right? But the best experience we've gained so far is from, being a consultant and actually helping people migrate and basically figure out exactly what they need to do, just like we're teaching out here, right? Figure out exactly what they need to do from their country to the US as an F1 student, right? So we're giving you all the gems here. Now, authorized stay.
Before we move to any other position or the work limitation and talk about it, there's one more thing I need to add to the authorized stay.
Please do.
If you have authorized stay as a student here and you complete your program, let's say 4-year degree, master's, or 2-year community college associate degree, you have what we call OPT or CPT.
OPT.
Yes. OPT is optional practical training and CPT is curriculum practical training. Right. And it allows you to have a job after your course of study. If it's 4 years and you finish it, you get an additional year, 1 year to apply for a job anywhere you want in the US, provided the company that you get is going to give you the documentation to be able to work freely.
Okay.
So it's linked. It's linked to your course of study. That's why we call it optional practical training. It has to be linked to your course of study.
So
you can't go and do computer science and go and do McDonald's, serving food at McDonald's.
As a course of study. No,
it's not going to work. If you did anything like culinary arts, the food sciences, something like that, and you work in a restaurant, that is a curriculum practical training or optional practical training. It fits.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, so that's
makes sense. So aside from the authorized stay, you being given the visa to stay for an amount of years, when you come here and you complete your education, you are also given an extended period to, basically use the education to sort of practice, right?
Exactly.
And get that experience before you go back home.
Absolutely.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Now, let's jump to the next one, which is work limitations. Because a lot of people, right? And we have to be honest with you, like a lot of people who are going to be using the F1 category to migrate to the US to, further the education will come with the intention of, I don't have the money to pay all my tuition. I don't have the money. I don't have the living expenses, but I'll figure it out. As long as I'm on the land, I am going to work my butt off and pay all my stuff. Talk to them about that, brother.
Okay, I'll piggyback from what you said. I'm sorry if that's your thinking. You're not going to figure it out. You're not going to work your butt off, and you are screwed. You are so screwed.
Now this is coming from an F1 student himself, the F1 king himself. He helps people and he is in the same boat, right? So he's telling you this. Listen.
Schoolwork full time is 12 credit hours. You have classes that you need to attend. Every class ranges between an hour or two to some 2.5 hours. And every class that takes that much to finish in class usually require 9 hours of outside work for that class alone.
Oh, wait, explain that again.
You have, let's say, an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours of lecture time in class. You sit in front of a teacher or a lecturer and you get tutored. The 2 hours is over. Let's say the 2 hours is repeated twice a week. So every week, Monday you have that one class, let's say math. Monday you have 2 hours. Tuesday you have 2 hours. The 2 hours, every 2 hours that you do in class, you sit down to be taught for 2 hours. You need to spend 9 hours in addition to the 2 hours to be successful in that class. Meaning you'll be
Oh,
giving assignments.
oh, okay, got it. I thought it was when you said you need to spend 9 hours. I thought it was like a requirement that you got it. But basically, what you're trying to say is that, of course, to pass the class and to actually get good grades and other things like that, doing your homework, assignment, projects, whatnot, you need that at least. You need some amount of time to pay attention.
18 hours a week. You need to pay attention. 18 hours a week.
Because the school is gonna also make sure that they are putting in that assignment for you, right?
Of course, you have like millions of assignments waiting every single time for you to accomplish, and you have four classes, and all of them have assignments. The 9 hours is minimum. Some is 6, but some goes as far as 12 hours. 10 hours or more. You need to, and you said, oh, at least. No, it's not at least. It's compulsory. You are an F1 student. You have a certain grade point to maintain. As an F1 student, you have to maintain a certain grade point. Because if you are falling below a certain threshold of grade point that you need to have, they're also going to be queried. In spite of the fact that you're paying school fees and everything, and you pay twice whoever is a citizen of this country pays as an F1 student. So if someone is paying 1,000, you pay 2,000. Sometimes you even pay 3,000. It depends on the program you're paying. So after you pay all the school fees, you have hours that you need to dedicate to your class. So that being said, keep it in mind. You are in Ghana right now. You are in Cameroon. You are in Uganda, Nigeria. You're planning to travel to the US. In your mind, oh, when I go to the US, do my best, get a job, and then I'll work hard, make sure that I pay for my school fees. I'm sorry. You can't do it. You're going to come here and drink depression. If you've never been depressed before, please do your best and get a visa and come to the US. Stay here for 6 months.
And try to work your butt off.
You will get depression simple. It's so easy.
Right.
Depression is an abundance of life.
And you see, aside from everything that we're saying being funny, we are giving you the real life of we're giving you everything about F1 visa, okay? Because look, a lot of people out there will not talk about this side of things, right? They will always talk about, oh, how beautiful and how nice and how great it is to attain your F1 visa, travel to the United States, and then the rest is history. It's not that history. You're now coming to face a real, as someone would say, real life. You are now about to go through that real F1 visa lifestyle. And this is the F1 visa lifestyle information that we're giving you right here. Right, so we're going to go back to the slide because we have one more thing here, dependent visas. My brother is going to touch a little bit on that one, and then we're going to wrap it up. But before he goes to that slide, he has a lot to share. But before he goes to that slide, as I'm saying, if you're here and you're listening to all this information, you're like, man, I got to figure out all these stuff myself and, you know, find out how I am going to do the application, how I'm going to process the visa and all that. No, you can do two things. Number one, subscribe to this YouTube channel because we are bringing a whole lot of F1 visa information that, trust me, you're not even going to have to do any research again. You just come here, come to our channel, and you're going to have all the answers you need here. That's the first option. Second option is we've left our link in the description. You can click on that. It's a WhatsApp link. You click on it, reach out to us. If you need any help, if you need any consultant help, you want us to help you out with the process, obviously it's not free. We're giving the free content, right? So at least if you come back door, it wouldn't be free, right?
Yes,
so
you need to pay us. You need to pay us.
Exactly. So you come back door, you link with us, and then we will help you throughout the process. We have a package, very, very nice package that is set up for all of our F1 visa services that we provide to our customers and clients. All right. So, bro, give them the last information that we have here, dependent visas. Let's go.
So that's one good thing about dependent visas too. And just before I wrap it up with dependent visas, one thing I didn't add to the work limitations is this. You working, you have only 20 hours a week to this.
You have only 20 hours a week to work to wrap it up, basically.
Yes. 20 hours a week. Authorized work. You can
authorized
only
work
inside the school where you are studying. Only
you can't do anything outside?
Not outside. You get your social security number and everything, but it's only applicable for working inside the school.
What if you don't find any work inside the school?
You will find work because before you get a social security number, you need to find work first.
Oh,
you need to apply for a job. The job need to give you agreement. Go ahead. Oh, we employed you, and then the process will follow.
And it's got to be employment from the school.
From the school.
So
from the, let's say, the printing department, from the art studio.
So
from the
paint a
art
picture for
equipment
me.
studio. Yeah.
So paint a picture for me. So you're basically telling me that every student, every F1 student out there that is schooling here in the US cannot work anywhere else aside from the school.
No, you can never work anywhere else apart from the school. If you want to work in your name, if you want to do things legitimately,
Okay.
you can say legitimately.
Definitely, yes.
And if you think you can combine work and I know some people, bro. I know some people who are working with other means. I don't want to go into details.
Right.
With other means, in addition to the work that they do in school, in addition to class,
So-
you see them and you can see the stress in their face.
Stress in their face. So you're trying to tell me that everyone, like the school is able to provide job for everyone in the school?
If you seek it and they have it, they'll give it to you. They will never take it away.
Well, what if they don't have it? Can you work in a different school?
In a different school that you're not studying at currently?
Yes.
Impossible.
Impossible. Okay.
Yes.
So
Where
it's
you
got to
got
be
your
where you're
admission,
studying.
That is it. That is where you need to work. That is why it's called a non-immigrant visa. You don't get a benefit that the immigrants get. I'm sorry.
Ah.
That is how it is. I didn't make the rules. You just have to follow it. It's
Got
their
it.
country. If they say that's how they want things done, you can't break the rules. If you break the rules, they will show you better.
They will penalize you for it, right?
Penalize you for it.
So
the last
depend-
thing,
Mhm.
yeah, the last thing that is nice about F1 visas is if you're married, if you're a woman and you're married, you have a husband, you have 5 children, 10 children, they can all apply and get visas. So long
They
as
can all apply and get
you
visas.
can get visas. All
Man,
of
you gotta prove. You have to prove that you have a Heavens bank account to be bringing all those people here.
Yeah,
Because
they
I
can-
mean,
they can
if
all
you're
apply
only
and get
allowed
visas.
now with your dependents, can they work? The people you are bringing over, your wife, your husband.
your husband has work restrictions.
Okay.
The man or woman can and may be able to work with restrictions. It's not-
Okay.
the person is not free to do as they please. So there's a structure to it.
Okay.
Exactly. So, but your children, no. And your children is only children under the age of 21.
Only
So
children
if you're
under the
schooling
age of
here and you're 75 and your daughter is 3 years old, please. 30 years old is an old lady. It's not
Adult.
coming to the US. It's an adult.
They
Not
need to go under a
21.
different category,
Yes,
right?
it probably should go through the B1, B2, which is a whole different school and ball game on its own. Yes, so if your children are under 21, they are 15, 16, 17, or 10 years old, good to go. They can come visit you. They can come stay with you for as long as you're in school here. And there's no time limit for their stay here. There's no time limit. So long as you are full-time enrolled, you have authorized stay, you're following all the rules and regulations and doing everything academically right, your children and your husband can come and stay with you. And
Okay, so 21 years below, you're good.
Yes.
Okay,
So
very
that is
good.
the benefit. That is the benefit that you get with F1 having an F1 status.
So if you are here listening to us and you want to come to the US using the F1, make sure that you're a student and you want to come here for the purpose of, furthering your education or, furthering your education. That's the only thing, right? Aside from that, if you want to travel here for any other reasons and it's not an education, please, might as well just look somewhere else. They are all different kind of categories. We do have K1 visas that we do videos on. We help clients and other things like that. You can check it out. That's a different category. It's a whole different ball game. Like my brother said, we're not going to go into that rabbit hole. But if you are here for F1 visa, this YouTube channel, you see how we broke everything down with a slide and everything. Do you like it? I'm asking you an honest question. Do you like it? If you do, leave a comment under the comment section. Also, subscribe, follow us, right? Because we are going to be bringing more information just like this. As long as we have the F1 king here, Emmanuel Ituru, with Kulturu Global, we are going to be bringing you exclusive information. This is not, something you find on Google. No, this is detailed information. He's in school right now, so he got all the information you need. You want to tag along, right? They say success leave clues. Go with the people who are successful and have gone through a path before. Seek for their help, and they will be much happier, and it's gonna be much easier for you to seek for their help than to try to help yourself and trying to become an expert. It took us a very long time to get all this information, gather all this information, and bring it your way. So do yourself that favor. If you need any help, contact Kulturu Global. As I'm saying, our mission in the next 5 years, we want to help 20,000 people. We really mean this. We've actually helped a bunch of people. We have, a lot of testimonies on our YouTube channel and on our social media. Check it out. It might not be in English, that's the only thing. But at least find a Ghanaian friend, they will explain it to you, right? Aside from that, that's it. Let's me into this video. We thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. We're gonna bring another one. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you very much. God bless.
Osumfo tutu dagu chewa mi na meka say. Ghana ma, me dia some de Debbie Bramo. Who person to kai? Eba America. Who person who go Canada? Eba school. Pushing a dear. You should go to Robert Chinapai. So person who go Dubai. Eba ye Juma. And that's grown piano baby. Piano person who go piano. She should go to Robert Chinapai. A partner contour. That's a wood steer. Obiti because where the music Johnny. Where's the all this kind of sending an audio Johnny? Go to Robert de Yentisa. Yeah. Libi takazaka biala me tutu dagu chewa ma jimejine mu no na tese eyade papa etise wo hwamia no be na gu screen so no pa na fra wo go to kroba a wo yempuei no mo du betu fa